Glhove attended multiple weddings for the same person, i.e., they got divorced and remarried to someone else. What differences did you notice between the two weddings? 1. My sister has been married 4 times. First wedding was right out of high school sweetheart deal, kind of an off-the-cuff event for 2 dim-teen years before her new husband went off to become a Navy SEAL. Second wedding several years later was a shotgun deal, hippie vibes, at a cabin in the woods, with my 6-month-old niece playing the part of her parents' flower girl. Third wedding was massive, over-the-top lakeside country club shindig, like she was trying to prove a point. I barely remember it aside from being exhausted and astounded by the price tag. And the fourth wedding, I wouldn't know, they eloped and didn't invite anyone from our side of the family. LOL. I guess fourth time is the charm though, because they're still together. Thank God. 2. I have an aunt who has been married 7 times. When she called mom to invite her to, number 5 mom said, no thanks. I'll catch the next one. I think they didn't speak for the duration of that marriage. My aunt is a little out there. 3. My cousin's first wedding was a massive blowout at a fancy winery, with an open bar, fancy catering, tons of flowers, the works. He's a blue-collar worker and went into debt to pay for it because the bride and her family insisted, despite not being particularly wealthy themselves. Surprise, she always wanted to live outside their means and didn't think she had to contribute financially. Lasted about 2 years. His second wedding was at his hometown church. Friend officiated the 20-minute ceremony, and bride and groom wore thrifted outfits. His new wife's family cooked all the food for the reception in their backyard, and the 2 of them have been going strong for over 2 decades now. 4. Wedding hashtag I was friends with both the bride and groom. The wedding was very fancy and elaborate. The ceremony was at the Venetian in Vegas. We spent several days there doing wedding festivities and activities with family and friends. I was in the bridal party. The bride's dress was a bejeweled ball gown, hair and makeup were done at the hotel spa, professional photographer booked for the day, the works. The reception and dinner were at a fancy Italian restaurant, and we traveled there in a limo. Got annulled 3 months later. Wedding hashtag same groom, different bride. The ceremony and reception were at a community center. All of the decorations were homemade. The bride's dress was a simple strapless dress. She wore her hair back and no makeup. The food was catered by a local Chinese restaurant, and we were encouraged to take home leftovers in a Ziploc baggie. They just celebrated their 15th anniversary.